Hi. Sorry, just ensuring everything is working. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I know we have all battled some messy traffic and some really bad AQI to be here. So thank you so much for being here this afternoon. So my name is Akshay Saxena, and I lead the Office of Growth and Innovation for Cinch. That's me in my younger days. So, so I little bit about me. So yeah, I am Chief Growth Officer at Cinch. At Cinch, we are one of the largest companies in the world in the communication platform space. I have an entrepreneurial background, founded a company. Also techie on the side, was ranked world number 1 on HackerRank 4 years back. So that's me. Yeah, and that's about Cinch. So like I mentioned, we are one of the largest in the space. We are a NASDAQ listed company present in about 64 odd countries, revenues upwards of close to $3 billion and with a gross profit of close to $1 billion. So that's about us. So as Cinch, we believe that the world of businesses, especially small businesses, is changing. We believe that the small businesses have great aspirations. They want to compete with the large enterprise businesses, and especially in a market like India, which has been so much about these small businesses. So just to share some quick numbers, right? So we have an elephant in the room, right? Which is a general trade, and this great the biggest part of our retail actually is represented by traditional trade or general trade, which is extremely fragmented, right? So we are talking about some thousands of distributors dealing with some millions of retailers, right? And unfortunately, there is no one single platform which connects all of them, right? And this is where at Cinch India we reimagined the role that a conversational platform can play here. So we reimagined that platforms such as WhatsApp, which is a common denominator. Everybody uses it. Everybody knows how to use it, right? I know if I just ask how many of you are not WhatsApp users, I would possibly not get a single hand. Right? So almost all of us, and that's true for distributors and retailers as well. So we are reimagining what WhatsApp can deliver to this value chain, and the impact which we believe is massive, and that's what is represented in these numbers. So 2/3 of India's entire retail is just one single category. No points for guessing. It is food and groceries. Of course, we have so many people. We are world's most populous country now, and a lion's share of that is represented by the traditional trade, which is distributors and the kirana shops. And believe it or not, a majority of the business that happens between distributor and retailer is just one single payment method, right? So we as a customer, when you go to a shop, you'll possibly sometimes use UPI, you will sometimes use credit card, you will sometimes use your debit card, and likewise. But when a distributor is shipping to retailer, it's predominantly just one single payment method, which is credit. Yeah, and just like another trivia, you know who the biggest lender in India is? It's not an SBI or an HDFC. It's a small kirana shop. And who the second biggest lender in India is a distributor. So that's how large this is. We're talking about $300 billion worth of informal credit being extended by distributors to retailers. That's how large it is. If I'm not mistaken, the SME book of HDFC is in the range of $25 billion, 1/12 of what distributors do. That's how large this is. Is this credit following the similar KYC norms? Do the distributor have the capability to check whether the retailer is credit worthy by checking their CIBIL score? Answer is no. Does the distributor have the capability to check whether the PAN card or the Aadhaar card which the retailer has given, if at all they have given, is valid or not? Answer is no. Yeah, this is what Cinch is solving for them. Does the distributor have the ability to take orders from the retailers on a very super simple interface such as WhatsApp? The answer is no. Right now, how do distributors take orders? It's a fairly expensive way of collecting orders. Their sales team goes out in the market following a beat, and they basically typically take it down on a pen and paper, come back to the warehouse, note it down, then pick and pack happens, and dispatch happens, and likewise. All of this gives us a great opportunity to automate, use a conversational platform such as WhatsApp to digitize, to automate, to introduce supply chain efficiencies. We did some research. We also did a little survey, and we figured out that at least 80 to 90% of this commerce already has a WhatsApp intervention. So we are not talking about reinventing the wheel. This number tells a story, $300 billion. It's massive, right? Imagine how much of digital public good that we can create if this whole information about which retailer is credit worthy, which distributor extending what kind of a credit can be extended to a credit bureau, right? And maybe the new set of distributors who want to extend a credit, or even banks for that matter, if they want to loan out to that retailer, if they can use the same information, this would be massive. Another thing which is happening in the world of retail, in the food and groceries, is there is a unbundling happening, which is a mega trend, the way I look at it. So manufacturing is getting unbundled from distribution. Gone are the days when the large manufacturer with large distributors were the winners, right? So we are, thanks to emergence of platforms such as ONDC and otherwise newer technologies, you have even a small young manufacturers who, they can now, aspire to make the product available at any other part of the country. So this is also where, Cinch plays a very significant role. We play the role of a catalyst. If that manufacturer or their distributors, they want to get discovered, they don't need to invest in massive advertising budgets. On the other side, a retailer can discover them by simply, making a click on a WhatsApp. That's how simple this is. So we are creating value for the entire value chain. The general trade value chain has these 4 legs: manufacturing, distribution, retailing, and consumption. As Cinch, we are helping every single stakeholder create value, get more out of their existing investments. So for the primary leg, we are helping them generate channel visibility. This has been a historically unsolvable problem, right? Largely because there has been no mass scale digital adoption of any single app or any single digital platform. But now that problem gets solved because instead of, pushing an app and making sure that a lot of people are using it, you simply leverage WhatsApp for that purpose, and the problem is solved. Similarly, for distributor, again, we are not telling them you have to really invest into, a lot of apps and thereby digitization. You can just use WhatsApp, and you can manage your credit, you can manage your risk, you can also get access to ONDC. So if tomorrow there's any retailer who wants to, maybe place an order through any app which is an ONDC compatible app, the distributor would still be able to see that order and act on it on their interface that Cinch is built for them. So it's a one consolidated platform, one single cockpit, manage your entire business, your risk and your customers. Similarly, for the last leg, which is a tertiary leg, retailers today are looking at competing with the who's who, not just the modern trade and e-commerce, but also the new kid on the block, which is quick commerce, right? How do you really compete with them, right? So quick commerce folks like Blinkit and Zepto, they have their apps which are installed in so many handphones, right? And it's easy for a customer to place an order on Blinkit, just to take your phone out and place an order. But can you do that for your neighborhood kirana? You can't, right? But what if the kirana gives you the option that you just go to their WhatsApp channel and you can see a catalog, you can place an order, you can also make payments in the same interface, same flow, right? That would be taking a leaf, helping this kirana leapfrog the whole chain. So this is what you're enabling. I'm just trying to wrap up now, and this is kind of self-explanatory. So like I mentioned, we don't have to really, even as a brand or a distributor, invest a lot of money into making ourselves discovered. The retailers can do that by simply making a click on WhatsApp, and that is it. They can discover suppliers, which could be manufacturer, distributor. They can discover promotions, products, whatever they need to. The retailers can also make trade inquiries. So they can look at a catalog of a brand. They can place an order, but by the way, they can also create trade inquiries in some other intuitive ways. They can simply record your voice. They can simply record your voice on WhatsApp and send it as a trade inquiry to the supplier, the distributor. And distributor on the other side can listen to that. We even have an ability to do some AI on it, parse it, convert it into an order, and then distributor can take an action on it. Similarly, of course, they can do a text-based inquiry as well. This is the catalog-based flow. So it's a full-fledged commerce journey enabled on WhatsApp. The retailers can see the catalog, they can look at the prices, they can look at the images, they can look at any other metadata which requires them to make a decision. This morning we are talking about adding another vector to it, which is the expiry date and the batch number, some of those details as well. Yeah, everything is possible on a WhatsApp. And this is a inbuilt module that we have. We have created a full-fledged loan origination, loan management system for distributors. We spoke about $300 billion, right? How do banks manage their credit books, their loan books? They have a very sophisticated LOS, LMS systems. Why can't distributor have that? They are also in the business of extending these microcredits, right? So we have built that, again, very, very lightweight and very intuitive. They can define credit limit. They can do a credit checks against bureau. They can do an identity check against PAN, Aadhaar, all of those things. And, they can extend the credit line, which can be used by retailers for placing orders, whenever they are using the WhatsApp catalog or even other channels. Yes. So that's, the other thing is, of course, the retailers can track, right? So they don't have to really call up the supplier and ask where the shipment is. They can simply just go to WhatsApp and, in a flash, they can track it. Last but not the least, this is very important, right? See, how does a kirana shop repay for the previous order for which they are given credit? In majority of cases, there is a cash repayment, right? Now, who collects this cash? It is the delivery boy who has come to deliver the stock for the present order, but also collect cash for the previous order. There's so much of cash collected, the reconciliation becomes a nightmare. Now, how do you really know which delivery boy has collected how much cash for across how many retailers and for which all orders? This problem gets solved by, again, a super simple WhatsApp intervention. When the delivery happens, the retailer initiates an OTP, the delivery boy accepts it, and that's it. You've solved the problem of reconciliation. In an industry as large as $500 billion, right? Imagine the amount of cash they are just collected, right? And imagine if you can automate that. There is so much of efficiency they are creating for their value system chain. So while on the buyer side, which is in our case predominantly retailer, we have a WhatsApp-based interface. For the sellers, which would be a manufacturer or a distributor, we have a web interface, which is looks somewhat like this. I've condensed this into one, in the interest of time, but there's a lot that we have packaged here. So they get a cockpit view of their entire business, how many retailers, how much credit and everything. They also can manage the risk, which is the CPV section. They can also manage trade inquiries. They can initiate payment requests. They can also run campaigns. Now, this is important, right? Now, distributors and brands, they want to reach out to the market, not just to traditional channels where the sales boys are going out, but they can push certain campaigns. They can liquidate their stock or, talk about new product by simply clicking a button, and a broadcast on WhatsApp or any other conversation channel goes out to all the retailers. And this broadcast need not just be a text-based broadcast. It can be rich. It can have videos. It can have images, and likewise, right? So they can engage with their buyers. And by the way, you can also create journeys. So you can put some little quick buttons against each promotion that you're sending, right? So you can engage your customer in a conversational journey. They can also manage the top-ups and everything. Lastly, they can also manage their delivery staff. So they can create their accounts in the system, and they know that who has collected how much money, and thereby automate the reconciliation. So this is what we have, and I'm happy to take questions. My name is Akshat. Please find me in case you have any question, you want to know more. We also have a booth here. So in case you have any questions, any brainstorming, please do let us know. We are right here. Thank you so much.
Peace.